Welcome everybody. My name is Jeff Amerine. I'm the Managing Director and founder of the Startup Junkie, and we work closely with our partners, the Conductor. Welcome to our digital library. During the course of many different episodes that we're going to feature, you're going to learn about Lean Canvas, how to run a startup, how to build a startup, customer discovery, and a variety of other topics. Welcome. We hope you enjoy it. One of the key things to being really successful in validating or invalidating a business model through the Lean Canvas process is doing a great job at customer discovery. So what do we mean by customer discovery? Customer discovery is not just sending out a SurveyMonkey survey with a bunch of multiple choice. It's really a process where you have to go out and do one-on-one interviews with your potential customers, influencers, or for that matter, channel partners, others that might know something about your business. And there's a fantastic book that we recommend called Talking to Humans that was written by Giff Constable, who's at NYU Stern School of Business. He has simplified the customer discovery process in a way that is very easy to understand and very visual. But what's different about it? What makes it good and how do you do it? Well, first, the gold standard for doing an excellent job in customer discovery is you have to aim for 100 interviews. If you were to go through the National Science Foundation I-Core process that Steve Blank, who's out at Stanford, designed, he would say that is key. It's got to be 100. Got to get 100 points. Very difficult for people to get comfortable with the idea of going out and talking to complete strangers out of the building. Best way to do it is face-to-face. The second best way is over the phone. But you're going to ask open-ended questions, and I'll give some examples of what I mean by open-ended questions in just a minute. If you're a founder or if you're a new product developer and you want to do customer discovery, it's always better to have two people involved in the interview. Well, why is that? You want to have one person that can engage with who you're talking to and ask the questions, and another person that can record the answers and also judge and gather information on those nonverbal cues that you'll get from the person you're interviewing. You're going to look for pain at this point. You're trying to learn. You're not trying to sell. So keep that in mind. This is a learning process where you're trying to validate or invalidate key assumptions about your business, but you're trying really hard to avoid the confirmation of bias associated with talking about your solution. So you're focusing in on trying to find pain, problems, and unmet needs that those customers might have. And what are some good examples of questions you might ask? If you're doing some learning and customer discovery with a large enterprise or an enterprise of any size, you might start by asking questions like this. What are the top 5 problems or opportunities your company faces today? Notice that's not a yes/no question. It allows them to fill in the blank. It allows them to talk with you about what they're actually facing. Your next question might be, how do you solve that problem today? So get some understanding of the existing solutions and alternatives they have. You would then ask, what's the economic impact of the problem? If it's not a big enough economic impact, they might not be worried about solving it. Next, you'd probably ask something like, what are the existing solutions to X problem and how would you rate them? So you're learning something about competitive landscape or the status quo of how they're solving those problems today. You'd then ask something like, well, what's the total cost of ownership of your solution? This is a different way of thinking. It's more than just the upfront cost of buying a product or service. It's that ongoing support cost as well. Getting a customer to elaborate on how they think about solutions is really important, and you're going to find some great information from there. And then how do you currently purchase your enterprise solutions? Most companies will have some kind of a budget cycle, so finding out when they're able to purchase is really important. And this process of what we call qualitative inquiry or customer discovery can work on any kind of customer, whether it's an enterprise customer or a consumer. The point is, it's open-ended questions. It's questions that start with what, why, how, where, how much. It's not yes/no questions. And it avoids the confirmation bias of your own thoughts about what the answer should be by virtue of it being open-ended. So you ask 5 or 6, maybe as many as 10 questions. If you get to an area where there's some interest or where they're elaborating, where they're talking to you, continue to ask the sort of forensic questions afterwards to learn more about what they're doing. Once you get through this whole exercise and you've done many of these interviews, 50 to 100 interviews, you're going to look for key themes that you heard repeatedly across that customer base. And those key themes are going to embody where the outline for the solution you hope to build really exists. Customer discovery is the most essential part of a lean canvas, lean startup methodology. If you do that well, you'll set the foundation for the beginnings of a great product, a great service, or even a great company.